Let's talk about the water. Corpus Christi's western
Water.
reservoirs, Choke Canyon and Lake Corpus Christi, are at about 10% capacity. The city says we could hit a water emergency by November this year. The 1.2 billion desalinization plant was supposed to fix what got killed by the city council last September. What's your plan?
Well, the water issue has been a problem for quite a while now. We lost the sugarcane in South Texas because of it. And a lot of it has to do with, Mexico not releasing the water that they owe us. President Trump did put pressure on Mexico and put in place tariffs. And Mexico responded about 3 weeks ago saying that to lift the tariffs and that they would release the water that they owe us. Now, the problem is we also don't have the infrastructure in the reservoirs here. So Mexico has reservoirs all over, and that's at the state level. We need to make sure we can bring in the funding, but we need to build our own reservoirs that we don't depend on Mexico. Yes, Mexico is now saying that they're going to release the water, and President Trump said, if you do not release the water, we will come back harder with higher tariffs.
Crazy.
I do think that Mexico is going to do it because of what happened in Venezuela. I don't think they want a bad relationship with the United States. But having said that, we here in our side, we need to get funding from the state to build our own reservoirs because Mexico has them all over and we don't.
So, what's the federal role? What can Congress actually do? Is this a local failure, a state failure, or both?
We all have a responsibility, but I do think that it does. The funding for the reservoirs is at the state level, but the federal government brings the funding as well. So it's something that we're all responsible. Not one of them is more responsible than the other, but I do think that the state of Texas needs to build more reservoirs.
Yeah.
And if the federal government can help with that in making sure that they have the funding to do so, absolutely. And then state representatives, that their job is to making sure that the money is put in place in those places.
Do you support the desalinization, or do you have an alternative?
Well, I think that should be up to the people of Nueces County. How do the people of Nueces County, has that been put in the ballot? I do think that the people of Nueces County should be given an opportunity to decide what they think is best for their county.